Hi. In case you forgot my name's Kyle.
And I'm Tim.
And for people like me and Tim, we just really value this soil, or in closer view, this soil, for lawns like the one we are walking on or the one we were just laying on together. And we like these lawns because we can play, games like football on it because it's soft. Exactly. We just walking on it because it's soft, cutting it to make our houses look better, and for our dogs to do their duty on.
But in third world countries all around the world, they don't have that luxury. Soil is something they depend on for everything, such as food, agriculture, clothing, for their house. Pretty much everything depends on soil for them, and without it, they wouldn't be able to survive.
Yeah, and these same people, or most of these people who are trying to benefit or survive from the soil, are in fact hurting it from overgrazing, etc. It's not only hurting themselves, but it's hurting the environment in general. Now, before we show you how soil erosion occurs and how it hurts the environment and how we can stop it, we want to show you a few things. Alright, well now I'm with my grandmother. You can introduce yourself.
I'm Rose Lodato, Kyle's grandmother.
Yep, and Mama, I have a question. Do you know what soil erosion is?
I'm not too familiar with
soil?
The erosion of the soil.
Well, soil erosion is a process by which the soil is removed off the land by wind, water, etc. It's a natural process. However, human activity has increased the rate at which soil is removed off the land, hurting the environment and hurting the land. For example, farming land. If that happens, they won't be able to grow any crops. Now, this affects many people around the world who are less fortunate than us. They depend on the soil, to survive, basically. Now, you're not impacted by it, obviously, because you do not know what it is. Well, now you do, but you didn't. Now, to give you an example of how this could affect you, you like watermelon, correct?
Yes, I love watermelon.
Now, where do you get the watermelon from around here?
At the fruit stands.
Now, whoever...
Farms in the area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, whoever grows the watermelon to give to them have to have, healthy soil, or just soil in general. Now, if there was soil erosion, they wouldn't be able to grow the watermelons, which means you wouldn't be able to have your watermelons. So how would you feel about that?
I wouldn't like that. Or any other crops that I get. Tomatoes, anything.
So basically this could, the point I'm trying to get across is that this could impact a lot of this if this happened. In your case, you couldn't get the watermelon, and for other people, it's hard for them to survive. So I hope you have a better understanding of this.
Oh, well, I hope there will be no soil erosion so I can eat my watermelon.
Yeah.
And, you can have all your fruit or your whatever.
Me too. All right, well, thank you for letting me clarify what soil erosion is for all my classmates.
Well, it was nice talking to you, Kyle.
Thank you. And
your classmates.
They say thank you as well. All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, you wouldn't think that there would be soil erosion in Morristown, but me and, of course, Tim, are driving to a local location here in Morristown where there is soil erosion, and the video will start again when we get there, so prepare yourselves. Okay.
Alright, surprisingly, we have soil erosion right in our own town.
Yeah, so as you can see by this field right here, first of all, it doesn't look too bad. However, it was a very fruitful field full of luscious, vegetables and whatnot. However, now looking at it, you can see that the soil is very dry because, it was overused and left unattended. And if you can point to the ground, Tim, the wind is actually blowing the soil onto the cement or off the land, which is another indication of soil erosion once the soil is, it becomes too dry and it's not suitable for growing. So yeah, it's right here in our own town. Wouldn't believe it, but... Yo, Tim, in all seriousness, aren't you so glad Mr. K introduced us to soil erosion?
Definitely.
How much it hurts people and how much people depend on the soil.
Right.
Because, I feel like if we didn't, we really wouldn't appreciate soil as much as we would. Like, just right now doing this video, I'm crazy about soil.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, man. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, now that we've given you a basic introduction to our topic of soil erosion, we are going to go into deeper details while showing you actual footage of soil erosion so you get a better idea of what we're talking about. And at the end of this video, you will see our faces again, giving you a conclusion to soil erosion. And until then, I hope you enjoy what we have to share.
To start us off, an important layer of the earth is topsoil, which is the surface layer of soil. It is usually richer in organic matter such as living organisms, rock particles, water, air, and organic matter. The reason for its importance is that plant roots grow in this layer, which is possible due to the breaking up of the soil by earthworms, insects, and other small animals. Also, it can take hundreds or even thousands of years to form a few centimeters of soil.
So how does topsoil come into play? Well, soil erosion is the movement of rock and soil by wind and water. Eroded soil washes into nearby rivers or is blown away in clouds of dust. In the United States, about half of the original topsoil has been lost to erosion in the past 200 years. Without topsoil, crops cannot be grown.
The most famous event caused by soil erosion is known as the Dust Bowl. The Dust Bowl was caused partially through human means, like farming the soil to exhaustion, and also through weather patterns. The end result, however, was a loss of an extremely valuable layer of topsoil in many parts of North America. Modern farming techniques are remarkably similar to the techniques which increased the severity of the Dust Bowl in the 1930s. And this is an issue of some concern to the environmentalists. The first cause of soil erosion that we will be discussing is overgrazing. This is defined as allowing more animals to graze in an area than the land can support. When animals overgraze, too many of the plants are eaten, and the land can become degraded. This results in harmful environmental and ecological effects. Less desirable plant species may invade the area and replace more desirable plant species. Also, in some cases, all the vegetation is eaten by the animals. Once this occurs, there is nothing to keep the soil from eroding.
The next cause of soil erosion is plowing. The purpose of plowing is to bring fresh nutrients to the surface by turning over the topsoil and burying plants. However, by loosening the soil and removing the plants, there is nothing to hold the soil in place, thus allowing ideal conditions for soil erosion to occur.
Another cause of soil erosion is deforestation, which is the clearing of trees from an area without replacing them. Forests are cleared to convert the land into farmland. However, it causes detrimental effects to the soil. Soil erosion results from this because the area is not quickly planted with a cover crop. Without roots to hold the soil in place, soil is easily washed or blown off the land. This especially occurs in rainforests, where the soil is relatively thin, resulting in the depletion of natural resources.
The last cause of soil erosion we will be mentioning is irrigation, which is the artificial application of water to the land or soil. It is used to assist in the growing of crops, maintenance of landscapes, and revegetation of disturbed soils in dry areas and during periods of inadequate rainfall. A type of irrigation is overhead irrigation, in which water is piped to one or more central locations within the field and distributed by overhead high-pressure sprinklers or guns. The issue with this is that water tends to run off the land while carrying some of the topsoil with it.
Despite the many factors involved with soil erosion, there are various ways of protecting and managing topsoil. An effective method of plowing is leaving strips of vegetation across the hillside instead of plowing the entire slope. These strips catch soil and water that run down the hill. In no-till farming, a crop is harvested without turning over the soil. Later, the seeds of the next crop are planted among the remains of the previous crop. The remains of the first crop hold the soil in place while the new crop develops. Lastly, drip irrigation, which conserves soil by allowing water to drip slowly to the roots of the plants, either onto the soil surface or directly onto the root zone, through a network of valves, pipes, tubing, and emitters. It is done with the help of narrow tubes which deliver water directly to the base of the plant. Alright, well class, I hope you learned something in this video, because we just went over the causes, effects, and possible solutions that soil erosion and how it affects our daily lives.
Well said, Tim, and we hope you have a better understanding of soil erosion now with all this information. But before the video ends, we have some lovely bloopers for all of you. So, I'm Kyle.
I'm Tim. And enjoy.
Don't look at you?
Well, no, when I'm talking to you, but like...
Okay, now I'm going to look at you.
Alright. Well, no, don't introduce yourself to them.
Now, who's these people I'm talking
to? They're people.
Alright, start.
Or do you know about soil erosion?
Not that much about it.
You know a little bit?
A little bit.
What
yes.
about it? Do you know? What can you tell me?
The soil is eroding.
That's a good start. Can you read that?
Yeah, sure.
No one ever. To start us off.
Okay. An important layer of the earth is topsoil.
Start over. To start us off.
Okay. Okay, just give me a second. To start us off.
It's wonderful, man. Mm-hmm. So, alright guys, well...
Why did that go downhill so fast?
I don't know.
Ah, dog shit.